I think she was passionate and had incredible drive, very caring and selfless.
Assertive. She was to the point, she was clever.
She was always willing to do whatever we wanted her to, whether it be going to like our musicals or sporting events, or if we wanted to go to a concert together, she'd go with all of us to a concert or anything like that. So she always made sure to put us first, I would say.
We attended different schools. I went to a Catholic grade school, but the bus stop that I used was also a bus stop that her school used. And so when I was in 8th grade and she was 13, before we had ever met, she would see me waiting for my bus when her bus would come by to pick up kids, and she told one of her girlfriends on the bus at that time that she was going to marry me. And that's what happened.
She was legal secretary for several years, and I think she figured, heck, I can do this. And so, finished her school and went nights to law school and got it done and continued to work the whole time she did it.
It was very scary as to whether or not she would be able to do all that and be successful at it. And she had a lot of doubts, but she was also extremely driven. And to go to work, go to class, come home and insist on cooking dinner, and then to sit down at 10 o'clock and start studying and study until 4 or 5 the next morning and get maybe a couple hours of sleep and go back to work and start it all over again. And that, for the first semester of law school, came pretty much a routine.
What Christi ended up, I think, loving most was going to Michigan every year. And it was always just the greatest week.
It was just really important for her to get us all together and have us be together for that week, and it was her favorite thing.
She always cried when we left every time. As soon as, it's hard to explain, but you come down the drive there to the private beach where the house was, same house every year, and just this amazing view as soon as you turn the corner opens up. And so of course when you're driving home, as you turn that same corner leaving, it closes. Every time I made my mom cry. She just loved it.
As I recall, it was a Saturday morning in 2009, and she had just taken a shower and she discovered a large lump on the side of her breast. She had worked very, very hard, and she was not going to let her illness stop what she had decided and what she had set out to do. So she set her infusion therapies up on Fridays, so that she could go through on infusions on Friday, and then she would have Saturday and Sunday to recover and be back to work by Monday. Pretty much all of 2009 was going through chemotherapy, radiation, mastectomy. Through that entire year of going through all that, she still made partner that year. She was in remission for a year, but it was a year later that she found a small lump on the front of her neck, and she kept saying, "I know it's my cancer," and it was. It was cancer that had spread systemically, and that then is what became her stage 4 diagnosis. So a stage 4 diagnosis is what they consider to be terminal. It sent her then on a not so much new but a more dedicated path to make sure that she tried to do something meaningful with whatever time it was that she had left.
I'd call her on my way home from work all the time, and she'd be on her way to another appointment with a client, or volunteering, or just on her way to something. And so, but she always had time to talk and to take time to listen to whatever was going on with my life and take interest in that. And but also the drive that she was out still working.
She still wanted to do what she did before, and she kept doing it.
She wanted to return to doing her adoption work. That was something that was very meaningful to her, to be able to help people build families.
She started off as a legal secretary and worked her way up to being an attorney, and knew the unique challenges that women face in doing that kind of thing, as a mother and as a wife, and you know, some of the traditional expectations that come along with all that. And she had found a way to do all of that and succeed in her career, and it was just her nature to share those things.
It was really huge to her to really selfless about that cause. I don't think anything would have made her more proud than to know that she's continuing to have an impact on the things that she cared a lot about.
I think she'd be humbled as well as overwhelmed. Just to know that all of the hard work was recognized.